Hey, this is Shah from the podcast Thrive Not Survive After Child Abuse. And so today I'm recording again from outside. We're going to continue a little bit about the topic that I've been talking about for the last 2-3 days. And that is, does it actually make sense to make a New Year's resolution in this time or just in general, right? Now, in general, I'm not sure if you should do New Year's resolutions. That's all up to you, right? I always think that, the special days like the 1st of January actually maybe warrant to, to stand still a little bit, reflect of what you did in the year before, and then maybe you can decide to make some new goals, right? So, just today actually I spoke to my son, and I said, actually, we don't talk enough maybe on the phone. I'm not a real phone talker. He's not either. So, but maybe we should make a good resolution to do that a little bit more, right? So those are the simple things in life. I think you don't have to wait to the new year to make those resolutions, but, it's a good timing. But in general, what we talked about mostly, actually, when we were talking about New Year's resolutions, was actually more about, what are good goals for you to do? Yesterday on The Place, that is something that I do for free coaching call, so to speak, every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Dallas time. A small group, and you're more than welcome to join, by the way. There's no membership or anything like that. Just send me a PM and I'll send you an email with all the information. We talked about the right and maybe a little bit more the difficult way of goal setting. So one of the reasons why a lot of people cannot follow through with the goal settings and reaching the goal is basically because most of the goals that people set are actually not real goals. They are more the end result that they have in mind. And there's not something wrong with that, but actually it's very difficult to action upon, right? So yesterday we talked a lot about what are the things that you truly can action upon. So, there were a few examples that I will repeat again, so you don't have to listen to an hour conversations, but you can do it in, let's say, less than 20-30 minutes. Is, let's say, you say, I want to lose 100 pounds, or I want to lose 50 pounds, or I want to lose 30 pounds. That in itself is not a real goal. That's the end result that you have in mind, which is good. It's good to have that in mind, but it's not actionable, right? Actionable would say, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds or I want to lose 20 pounds. And for that, I need to exercise 3 times a week, and I need to adjust my food on a daily basis. So figure that out, what you need to change of your food. Let's say you want to eat less carbs. Let's say that's your thing, and you don't want to take any sugar. I can guarantee you with those 2 things in your diet, you will start to lose 30 pounds pretty quickly. And it becomes measurable, right? So if then at the end of Monday or at the end of Tuesday, today's Wednesday, and I just reflect on what I did, and I drank 2 glasses of Coca-Cola, then maybe I didn't reach my goal. Now, don't beat yourself up immediately, but just, think about that you want to improve. Now, if you say, I want to exercise on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's Wednesday and I didn't do my exercise yet, okay, then I did not reach my goal. So it becomes super measurable, right? And it also becomes a little bit more realistic. Measure then per week maybe. Don't do it on a daily basis, but measure per week, if you actually lost some weight or not. Now then it becomes achievable. You can adjust it, right? Same thing with a bigger goal. Say you want to make $100,000 in business a year from now. Now that sounds like for some people that's saying, oh, that's easy because I have $1 million business already. For other people, that's a little bit harder to get. But, in my business, that would mean, oh, I need to reach more people. I need to do more advertisement, and I can actually figure out what I need to do on a daily base or on a weekly base to reach that end result that I have in mind. Yeah, so if I want to be more fit, I think you get the message already, then you could do the same thing, right? Being more fit is not a goal, that's an end result. Than that. But what I added to those two things, I want you first to, imagine how it feels if you would reach your goal, right? So in my case, if I want to reach $100,000 more in revenue in my business, how would it feel, right? What would I do more? What would I do different? How many customers did I serve more? Right? In the end, that's the reason why I have a business. So that would give me a really, really good feeling, right? So don't do it. If you have a goal or if you have an end result in mind that doesn't give you a lot good feeling, maybe that's not the thing you should do. It should give you, if you put yourself in a state in where you reach that goal, it should give you a really good feeling. Then you have something that you go after, a New Year's resolution that has a lot of value for you. Yeah, does that make sense? So if you don't have that, then maybe you need to take another goal. Now, after you did that, after you had that really good feeling, then reverse it, right? Take something in mind and pretend that you did not reach your goal. You didn't lose your 30 pounds. You didn't got any more fit. You didn't got the revenue that you want. How does that make you feel? It makes you actually feel really bad sometimes, right? And I want you to feel bad about it because that means that you have a lot of emotional value behind the resolution or the goal, in this case, you want to reach, right? But just to have that, so you go back to those feelings. A good way of keeping track of reaching your goal is actually journaling, right? If you keep track of your goals, in this case journaling, that's another good way. But the most important step is you need to break down the bigger goal, we call it the New Year's resolution, or the bigger thing that you want to achieve, in bite-sized pieces. If possible, in things that you can do every day. And if you do that, you don't have to make a complicated spreadsheet and planning, but if you just do that, then you will see that it becomes achievable. The reason why most people actually give up on their goal, and that research proved that actually by January 14 already, is because they haven't defined any clear steps how to get to those goals, right? Now, it sounds all very simple, I know that, and you say, okay, I'm going to do it this way. But here's my question for you, right? What is your goal? What is your goal for 2021? Don't say to me, we should not have any goals because the future is uncertain. The future is always uncertain, right? Don't make your goals dependent on the circumstances that you're in. We talked about that too. Make goals that you can take actions and responsibilities for, because that is way more achievable. Now I want to jump for a few moments to the connection of abuse victims, right? It is harder for abuse victims in general to be more confident about the future, and hence this method or this tricks that I gave you, these suggestions that I gave you, actually comes in really handy if you feel that you have that, if you feel that you're more uncertain about the future in general already, just because of the things that you have been through. Very understandable, by the way, very understandable. But if you feel that it is you, then actually to have a system, first of all a journal, and then a system to work on the goals and resolutions is actually a really good thing to get more grip of the future. Because to a large extent, I'm not saying to 100%, but to a large extent, what happens to you in life, that is basically all upon you, right? What happened to you in your life might not always have been because of what you do, but a lot of things that is true as well, right? But how you deal with the past, that's all upon you, right? You can do that. Do you have to do it always alone? I don't think so, you know. That is something that I believe for a long time, that I had to do everything on my own and by myself. It's not wrong to ask any help, and this is not a commercial for a coach or something, but to ask help, for instance, from a coach to help to achieve your goals. All right? So it's a little bit windy outside. Let me tell you a little bit about how it is here. I'm walking outside and I'm doing my podcast more and more from when I'm walking around. It gives me a little bit more inspiration. It's also nice to see it, and it's a little bit windy, so I hope that the recording was really good today. This was Sean with the podcast Thrive, Not Survive After Child Abuse. I hope to hear you back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so let's see if we can do a Christmas special for you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.